Hello and welcome, Stefan here with another follow along home workout routine. Thank you again for joining me in this video, and I hope you are feeling ready and strong and ready for the workout today. I have two sets of dumbbells today, so I have a 10 and a 5, so a set of 10s, a set of 5s. That's for me. This workout is designed for beginners to intermediate, so I'm not suggesting those resistances, but just to demonstrate that I'm using half the weight that I would use for an exercise such as a squat or a deadlift type movement for the lighter weights. That's going to be for a lateral raise, so you really do need lighter weights. I would say go lighter than you think you might need. You can always do the workout again and use heavier workouts next time. I also have a bench here, so like a previous workout, to demonstrate how the high plank or even push-up type positions, these exercises can be challenging, really challenging, particularly if your upper body strength isn't where you want it to be just yet, or you have a big weight loss goal. So I'm using the bench just to demonstrate how you can make these exercises accessible for the full length of time by adapting the hand position to start with. So the routine is going to go like this. We have two sequences, okay? Each sequence is 3 exercises, and we're going to run through the sequence 3 times. We're working for 50 seconds and we have a 10-second rest. At the end of the 3 exercises, we're going to have a 30-second recovery, and then we repeat that sequence a second and then a third time before we move on to the second sequence. So the exercises are going to come up on screen before we get to them, but just running through them now, we have an alternate reverse lunge. We also have then the lateral raise that I mentioned with those lighter dumbbells. We have the high plank toe taps, so alternating that toe tap with the high plank. That is our first routine. Our second routine is going to be a wide stance deadlift with 2 dumbbells. Then we have our dive bombers. Those are from the floor, and then we have our figure of 8. That is a single dumbbell out at arm's reach. So again, you could choose for the lighter weight or the heavier resistance, depending on what you feel is right for you on the day. So those are our exercises. We're going to get ready and get into our warm-up now. So we're going to start off, as we often do, with hands on hips, getting into these hip circles. So again, I really like this exercise. I always include it, if not first, then usually somewhere in the warm-up sequence, because it just enables you to check in with so much of the body, the hips, IT bands down the side of the leg, the lower back, the ribs, through the breathing, just as it's comfortable to with each of these movements. But yeah, a lot that you can kind of check in with and see how the body's feeling, if it's stiff, achy anywhere, if there's movement enhancement required somewhere. We'll go back the other way. Usually we take care of that with our warm-up. We've got a range of different warm-up movements that help to kind of get the whole body loosened up, shoulders, hips, back, knees, and so on. So just taking these out and around as slow as is comfortable for you. All right, from here we're going to go into our ski jumper. Feet about hip width apart, down and up. Breathing in on the way down, out on the way up. You can reverse that breathing. We're not loaded up with dumbbells or barbells or anything like that. So you can breathe in the opposite to this pattern, that's fine. We're just moving the hips, knees, the shoulders, and getting those muscles warmed up as well. Excellent. So from here, same stance. I'm just going to reach over with one hand, get the hand across as far as is comfortable. The other hand on the leg, just provide a bit of stability. Again, just breathing as it's comfortable to. Side stretch, down through the ribs, through the lats, big muscle of the upper body, even into the hips a little bit. Just one more of these. Okay, we're going to go with a wide stance. Slightly turn out the feet. Side movement, side lunge. Just as far as is comfortable, reaching the opposite hand to the opposite shin, to the knee or to the foot if you can go as far. Not too fast. Again, just getting that movement into the hips, into the back, into the shoulders. So we've got 60 seconds left of our warm-up. Again, a really good one. We get so much moving with this movement alone. And all right, so we're going to go now into a step out squat. Step, down, up and feet together. Bringing my hands out in front, so I'm counter balancing as I sit my weight into my heels and my hips. Okay, 30 seconds. All right, now from here, upper body, hugging like a beach ball, and then open up, and then hugging that beach ball again. Up on screen is going to be the first demonstration of our reverse lunges. So it's dumbbell in each hand, stable position, space behind us, and stepping back. I'm going to go with the heavier of my 2 sets of weights. So here we go. Take your time, control, keeping my weight forward, even though I'm stepping back. I'm keeping the weight into that lead heel. Just reaching back as far as is comfortable and as low as is comfortable. Really take your time with this one, slow and deliberate. Breathing in on the way down, out on the way up. Chest up, long through the neck and the shoulders, keeping that core engaged, my navel drawing in toward my spine. Dumbbells at arm's length. Okay, 5 seconds left. Slow and deliberate. Very good, very good. The lighter weights now for our lateral raise. Okay, here we go. Feet together and out we go. At arm's length. If you need to bend the elbows a little bit, that's fine as well. A tight grip. And again, just working to the height that is right for you. I would say temple or ear height. And exhale on the way up. Feet together. You can go wider than my stance, but control on the way down. This is where you really need those lighter weights. That goes a long way. This isn't about being macho or trying to prove anything. Slow and controlled. Whew. And you really get that work. Okay, so next up is our high plank. Hands close together, feet wide, and tap, 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 tap. From the middle, outside, and then back into the middle. Okay. And so, keeping the weight on those palm heels. Bum, 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 bum. Keeping that slow tempo. Again, not trying to rush it. The work, of course, is done when you've only got 1 point of contact on the floor at the lower body. So it's not the number of reps that you do, but the slow pace when you're giving those core muscles the work to do. Shoulders over the palms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, we get our recovery. And again, even on that bench, on that raised platform, that challenges the core. So it's about making any exercise in any routine at the right level for where you are at. And we're not the same body every single day. So even if you're in a routine and you're working out regularly, some days your energy levels aren't there. You've had poorer sleep, not as much opportunity to get the right nutrition, maybe other types of stress. So you need to really be adaptable. Here we go. So dumbbell in each hand and step back, but keeping that weight on the lead foot. So adaptable with the expectations you have of yourself is what I was going to say. But here, now in this one, taking it slow and steady. The work is done as we control that descent. We're not going to drop down and bounce back up. Slow. And I said before, even with body weight alone, when done slowly, this can be effective. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, onto the lateral raise. Yes, you might need more reps, but even with body weight, that one can be effective. Here we go. Once again, arms can be straight, or you can bend the arms, but really resist the temptation to swing or bring the dumbbells in front and throw them up to the side of the body and control them down again. Body nice and tall. Once again, 50 seconds of work. I'm using 5 kilo dumbbells here, and I'm feeling this. Long through the neck and shoulders. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now onto our bench. So you can start with the feet together or the feet wide. Here we go. Start with the feet together this time. Step, 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 step. Try not to speed it up. Try to keep it slow. Make sure the bench is stable. Or a chair if you're using this in your home, in your living room, something like that. But shoulders over those palm heels. And 20 seconds to go. You've got this. Slow and deliberate. 10 seconds now. Long through the neck and the shoulders. Eyes looking at the hands. Right up on the toes. And great stuff. Let's grab a little sip of water. 30 seconds recovery. Little sips. Get little sips of water so you're not sloshing around. So once again, the heavy dumbbells, space behind us for our reverse lunge. Alternating. Here we go. 3, 2. Last time through these. Last time through this first sequence. Slow and drive up. Slow and drive up. Control the descent. Get those quads, glutes, hamstrings to work against gravity, against the body weight, against the dumbbells. Again, really important that you choose the weight that's right for you. And if you need to switch it up and make it a bit easier in the workout, that's fine to do as well. 10 seconds work left on these. Just as low as you can go. And great stuff. Once more, our lateral raise. So the lighter dumbbells. And here we go. Up, control. Up, control. It's not what you lift, it's how you lift it. And you can easily get the benefit from 1, 2, certainly even 3 kilos, depending on where you are starting out, maybe on your journey. Leave the ego at the door, but also drop any pressures about where you should be. You know, everyone starts somewhere. So it's the right weight for you that counts. Very good. Whew. Okay. And one more time through our toe taps. Going to go wide to start this time again. And step, 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 step. That wider stance. And as you lift the other foot, you can really feel it working. The extra height of the bench or the couch or the step, whatever you're using, makes it possible. But if you need to pause and then come back in, that's fine to do as well. 20 seconds to go. And step, 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 step. Doesn't have to be as slow as mine, but the slower you go, the more you'll feel it working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Okay, very, very good. That's our first sequence done. We have another 30-second recovery. Wide stance deadlifts coming up next, along with dive bombers and the figure of 8, which is a single dumbbell exercise. I'm going to go ahead and move this bench out of the way. Now, no mat for me today. It's fine if you're using a mat. But the dive bombers, I'm going to do these just on the floor here. All right, here we go. 2 dumbbells, the heavier 2. And wide stance, down and up, down and up. Just as low to the floor as you can with these. Dumbbells together. Feet slightly turned out. And just wider than hip width. Not so wide that I'm almost doing the splits. And hinge at the hips. And then drive. Tall. 15 seconds more. Dumbbells at arm's length. You're not lifting the dumbbells with the biceps, with the arms. It's the back and the legs. 3, 2, 1. Great stuff. Dive bombers next. Feet wide, hands wide. And here we go. So pushing the floor away, pushing the body back and up, driving those hips high into the air. You can do this one from the bench or from the chair if there's room, if it's stable. And again, just go with as much range of movement as you can. You know, if you need to reduce the range of movement, not quite getting the hips up so high, then that's still work. Holding that core, high plank position. And here we go, 2, 1. Excellent. Figure of 8. I'm going to go with the heavier, but you can choose the heavier or the lighter weight. And we're cutting that figure of 8. Breathing in and out with that circular motion. And core strong. Navel in, feet planted firm. Bend the elbows if you need to, but try to keep those arms out as far as is comfortable, as far as is possible from the body. Here we go, 10 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Yeah, deceptive that one. A lot of core, back, shoulder and arm strength. Like I said, if you need the lighter weights, that can still be very effective. I've been doing this for a long time, so that heavier weight at arm's length, and I can manage that. But again, you can still work effectively with that lighter resistance. Here we go. Wide stance deadlifts. So I'm going to do these sideways on so you can see that technique. And here we go. Dumbbells together, down and up. I'm not holding those dumbbells out in front of me. I'm just letting them go vertical through that range of movement. Weight into the heels. Nice flat back. Really want to avoid rounding. That's a no-no. Just as low as you can. with flat, straight line from head through to hips. 10 seconds. Again, legs, hamstrings, adductors, quads and glutes doing the work. Okay, very good. Dive bombers next. On the floor or the mat. Here we go. Push up, drop in forward, just as low as the lower back is happy, keeping that core engaged the whole way through. Let the heels pivot over the toes to get that movement back and forward. Dig those palm heels into the floor and get those arms straight and as long as you can. And just as far back as you can manage. 10 seconds left now. Really keep that core engaged. Navel in. And 2, 1. Good. All right. Figure of 8. One more time on this sequence, on this round I should say. Here we go. Doesn't need to be too fast. You can slow it down. Making tight turns. So not big movements, down and up. Try and keep it a tight shape in front of you. Doing well, strong core, navel in. Keep that breathing in time with the movement. And 10 seconds now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Whew, and recover. One more round to go. As I say, these movements can easily be challenging for people who've been training for some time. Intermediates absolutely can get a workout from this. But again, taking those resistances, those weights down, still gives you a challenging workout, but that's suitable for any level. Okay, here we go. One more time through this round. Slow and steady. Controlled. Time under tension. Quality over quantity. Again, good for the hips. That wide stance, that turned out foot position. Adductors and glutes. Core and back. And even the shoulders, and certainly the grip, working with this one. 10 seconds left now. Down and up. Slow it down. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So dive bomber next. Just as wide as is comfortable with that stance. Up and down, up and down. Exhale as you push the hips up into the air. Just bring the body back. And anytime you need to adjust the hands or the foot position, it's okay to do so. Navel in, long spine throughout this movement, and just take your time with that pace. Last little bit of work. 2, 1. Very good. And now figure of 8. One more time. Dig deep, you've got this. Just one more. down, up and across. Good. So keep that dumbbell reach long if you can. You can hear as I'm talking the work being done through the core, through the abdominal muscles to change direction. 15 seconds. Plant those feet firm, back nice and tall. And side to side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. Fantastic work. And well done. Into our cool down now. Start just by shaking those arms out. A little shoulder roll. To begin, those shoulders were working a fair bit in that last routine. Okay, now into hip circles. Feet are comfortable hip width apart, maybe wider. And out and around. Very good. As I say, slow it down. Lighten the resistance to what is right for you. And focus on quality. We'll change direction now. Quality over quantity. Slow and deliberate. And you can still get a great workout from any level. Beginner, intermediate. Okay. Yeah, feeling nice and loose. After those, I'm going to side bend now. Reach over. And feels nice and comfortable to get that hand across over the top of the body. It is a warm one today. 22 degrees in here. So tough to work out in the heat. Definitely want to make sure you're hydrating if you're sweating a lot more because of the heat. But it does help the body feel looser more quickly. I'm going to go with a wide stance now. Shift my hips to one side and then reach toward the straight leg. It's going to give me that stretch through my inner thigh on the straight leg side. And then up and over to the other side. Since we did those deadlifts with that slightly wider stance, a really good stretch to finish off this routine with. And up and over again. Just 6, 7, certainly no more than an 8 out of 10 in terms of that stretch sensation. I would go more towards the 7. And up and over. Good. All right, feet together. I'm going to go feet together again, straight, and just come down to stretch both the hamstrings and the low back. Now your fingertips might not get down towards the floor. Maybe it's the mid-shin, maybe it's the ankle, top of the foot, the toes. Wherever it is for you, just go as far as is comfortable. I'm going to turn and bring my hands together to get an increased stretch on the hamstring, on the leg I'm reaching round towards. And onto the side. And once again, back to that first side, as if I'm reaching towards my heel with both hands. And again, round to the other side a second time. Okay, and then slowly back to the center and uncurl as we come up. And then I'm going to imagine I'm hugging a beach ball. Really rounding my shoulders and rounding my back, and then I'm going to open up, bringing those shoulder blades back together, and then again hug that beach ball, stretching the back of the shoulders, the spine, reaching out, up and wide, looking up towards for the sky. Deep breath, and we'll roll those shoulders round, low to high, front to back. All right. Excellent, feeling nice and loose after that one. Great work indeed. Again, if you've worked through that slowly, controlled, deliberately, but you've pushed yourself to what is right for you, no doubt you've had a fantastic workout there. Thank you so much again for joining me. I will see you very soon once again in the next one, and in the meantime, take care of yourself.